Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name is Peebee, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peeps. And patch 6.4 is okay. It's alright. It's not what I expected, but it's okay. And to be fair, I think that's what the consensus is. Not what I expected, but alright. So, we're going to be talking about 6.4's story, the MSQ and only the MSQ. If you haven't played it yet, go do that. This is spoiler central. We are discussing it in detail. If you have, let's sit and talk about it. Because again, I want to talk about all those okay moments. I do want to preface with talking about 6.3. I made a video about it, which I'm going to link up here somewhere. I didn't like 6.3. No secret there. I found it to be pure exposition. I found Zero's growth to be odd. Pacing's a little weird. And I mean, there were a few good moments, not saying there were bad moments, but it was an exposition patch, purely. We're starting to get some opinions of 6.4, and some people believe it's also pure exposition, which I wholeheartedly disagree with. To me, it does four things. It is nostalgic, it ties up loose ends, it is fan service, and it gets us excited about something big, which, yes. So, let's go over those things, and of course, speculate, because 6.4 is not a conclusive patch. We don't end at the end of a story arc, and then a meanwhile to a new story arc, or a hint at something coming. The story isn't ended. We are at the edge of a cliff on the story, being like, okay, next time on Dragon Ball Z. And if you are the player that was like, no, no thanks, fuck that, absolutely not, I get it. I'm not arguing with you. That is valid. So I mentioned fan service, and Square Enix. We are blessed and highly favored by Square Enix. Boy, did we get fan service. From the silly, like the curry and the Loporits, my god, the Loporits, to Estinia. I mean, so good. Listen, fan service hasn't been this good pretty much ever. We got no Fika last patch. Estinia this patch. And the Loporits are like a magnet to adorable silly. Now, if you are the player that's not a big fan of adorable and silly, you'll probably not like this section. That's fine. That is completely okay. I mean, what's wrong with you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously. I won't yuck somebody's yum, and if you yuck this yum, it's fine. It is what it is. It's not for everybody. I am obviously a sucker for the Loporits. The second the scene came with Urianger and that head tilt and the little... That was so fucking cute. They have him wrapped around their tiny little paws, and it is fantastic. I love that. And Urianger, like, he's there for it. Love it. Now, because we get so much fan service, I was on Team Red Wedding. I thought we were getting something fucking insane. I thought they were setting us up for, like, the death of Grahatia. Like, something massive. Game-destroying. We didn't get that. But still, that much fan service, I was like, they're about to destroy us. Great. This patch also had a shit ton of nostalgia, especially if you played Final Fantasy IV. Now, I'm going to preface this. If you did not play 4, this patch's story is okay. Again, nothing extravagant, just okay. If you did, you caught a lot of the in-between. You caught the music. Man, they did that medley at the end. So good. The Moon's music? I'm sorry, but that is a great music to tell you shit's about to go down. We had the twins touch the button together, which, listen, I went into straight panic mode. Absolutely fucking not. The twins are not coming with us to the moon. No. We know what happens here. And if you played 4, you knew Golbez wasn't the big bad. If you played 4, you expected there to be a bigger bad than Golbez. You even probably expected Golbez to be related to Zero, our paladin. Which I'm kind of glad they didn't go that route. That would have been a little too much on the nose. But yeah, it came to be exactly as 4 played out, which Golbez wasn't the big bad. I mean, he's more correlated to the big bad than he was in 4, but... And I mean, the biggest giveaway that this was solely 4 related was the ending. Leaving us on the cliffhanger. Because what is more like Final Fantasy IV than being like, but wait, there's more? How many fucking times in that game was I like, oh, I will complete this quest. Twist! There's more! New quest! I'm sorry, but that is the essence of 4, and the ending of this is the essence of 4. I'm sorry to say. So, I mean, the nostalgia was great, but I really enjoyed the fact that if you didn't play 4, you weren't really missing something. You just got a little more out of it. The story didn't feel disjointed. It was very cohesive. You just didn't get that, oh my goodness, they did that feeling. So, honestly, I feel like they did it well, even if another streamer, who shall remain nameless, disagreed. I mean, they honestly believe that it really didn't catch the themes of Final Fantasy IV, which... I mean, to be fair, I disagree with this streamer 9 times out of 10 anyway, but way off base. Listen, the whole point of 4 is self-growth, self-change, and evolution. Zero and Cecil, who is a paladin, ironically. Zero is a paladin on her own realm back then. And then it is also about coming together against all odds, being a mismatched band, just trying to come together to fight one big bad, which they all fight for the greater good. I mean, that's what 4 is about. 4 is an older game, so it doesn't have a lot of its depth like the later iterations, but that's basically it. Personal growth, becoming friends, trusting each other to defeat something that's big and bad. All the themes are there, in its entirety, and well laid out. So hard to disagree with the big guys on this one. They also close a lot of loose ends, so Garlemald. Now, a lot of the comments that I've been reading is they feel like this is a filler moment. I can see that opinion. I disagree with it. And to be fair, this is opinion, so I get it if you do. I like politics in my game. I like looking at how the world works, looking at how the world reacts to situations, and seeing how that plays out in these characters. And Final Fantasy XIV nails it 9 times out of 10. Like, if something bad is done to a populace, one good deed doesn't resolve it for you. At least not for the grand population. There might be some people that be like, oh, I trust you now, Mr. President, whatever. Most don't. And 14 nails that. They don't have the, oh, you did a good thing? Great, thumbs up. I'm joining your party now. 14 doesn't do that. And for example, characters like Fordola. Fordola is incredible, incredibly well written, and her character really encapsulates this. She saves a populace from Lakshmi. But people are blunt with her. Okay, you did a thing. Congrats. We appreciate it. You also killed my family. We ain't good. Thank you, but we ain't good. And that's more realistic. It's the same thing happened in Garlemald. Now, Garlemald, to me, is the representation of a country before, during, and after a major war. You know the one. Okay? Listen, the Treaty of Versailles in our world's history was a large reason why we had to deal with the second situation that came later. And that took away the independence of a country and left them at the men's of someone else. Somebody was providing the money, the United States, and that's how they survived until the fall of the economy. Here we have Garlemald, who is struggling to survive as it is, getting all this help, first of all, it's dehumanizing. These are people that they couldn't stand, they fought against. And should something happen that the resources dry up, they're fucked. They are straight up fucked. And we could see another war hit Eorzea. Just saying. So independence is very important here, and how countries mend to it is also very important. And I really like the route they ended up taking with Razathan. Razathan was neutral, has been neutral, has always been neutral. These are not somebody coming from the Eorzean Alliance and saying, hey, I'll do deal with you. No, these are neutral party, coming in on equal terms so they can build on their own and go forward. Correcting the mistakes of stuff we've seen in our own world. Now, does this mean we'll never see another war with the Eorzean Alliance? No. Does it mean Garlemald will join the Eorzean Alliance? Probably not. Or maybe not in this expansion or the next, or even the next. But it's not off the table. And it really allows those politics to grow, which I fucking love in a game. I like the turn here. So again, this might just be me nerding out and having fun, but I really enjoyed the Garlemald scene, which led into Zero's growth. I loved Zero's growth here. 6.3, I found the pacing was way off. We had one conversation and all of a sudden, oh, what is this? I will do stuff without being asked to, or without brokering a deal. It went really, really quickly, and we lost a lot of that. Where 6.4, it felt right. We are now 4 patches in. We've been helping Zero along the way. What they see is now coming to a culmination, and trust is being built. It is the natural next step, and we finally get to see it. And by the end, we're friends. Finally. Which, it felt really good to hear friends. And not just like the first time they say it. The second time, it rolls. These are my friends, rather than my friends. That growth finally hit well, and I really enjoyed that. Something that caught me off guard was how much I didn't give 2 fucking shits about Golbez. I don't care. He's not a compelling bad guy. I'm sorry, he's not. The bigger baddie that he created? Do you care? Honestly? I don't. I have said this in previous reviews in the past for other games where if somebody doesn't care about the bad, that is a mistake. And I think it may be a small one. Or at least poor articulation of their story, or just there's a connection missing. And I can't put it on there. Same as Jaya. I don't care. Like, I hope Vershan gets his sister. I hope Vitra gets his sister. But that's the part I care about. I don't care about the sister. If that makes any sense. Like, I'm aware that they'll never be able to reproduce the axe moment from Shadowbringers. Because I'm sorry, you watched that scene, you finished that scene ready to fight Emet-Selch, the biggest of the bads, and you need that climax to go is much better represented in Shadowbringers. Here, again, I don't care about Golbez. I really don't. Even his backstory felt a little bit weak. And just an observation. How many lives are we putting at risk for this Voidsent journey? Are we exposing our own world for this Voidsent journey to save one dragon? That's a very familiar storyline. Just, what kind of a fucking twist would it be that we are sitting in the Emet-Selch position? What kind of a twist would it be that the consequences of our actions was that we chose the dragon? A possibility to think about. What am I excited about? What did 6.4 really put at the edge of my seat for? Because I told you I was excited about something. And it's travel. We are on the cusp of learning how to planner travel. So, different realms, different planes, different shards. Holy shit, we are right there. We're going to the first next patch, so that part's obvious. Are we gonna get Y'shtola to come with us? Will we bring a whole party? Will she stay? If she goes, she stays. What about Thancred? If we go, does he stay? Reen and Gaia, how are they gonna help us? Remember, their story was not complete. My girls might be coming. Maybe they might come and stay. What are the consequences of opening up that rift? Does it tear a rift somewhere else to the first? Or to a different shard? What will we see if there's another rift to another shard? A calamity in progress? Or on the cusp of calamity that will affect us? Maybe these are other worlds that are still affected by the Ascian mess that they created to try to rejoin. Or maybe there's still some Ascians on those other shards causing havoc who don't even know what's happened. Or they're aware and they don't fucking care. To me, this was the exciting bit. This was the meanwhile. This was the holy Christ, look how big this is about to get. This is where the theory crafting is coming, and I am into it. I love it. That's the edge. That's the part where I was like, I love that we're opening this up wide. Throw wide the gates. Like, Aetheris is not even fully explored. Maybe our next section we explore of Aetheris has a weak section to where there's a gate. The possibilities are endless. The game is endless. I'm excited. Truly. For just this section. I wonder what Y'shtola's got planned for us. Now, a lot of people didn't like this patch. And let's talk about why. 1, Garlemald. Yeah, I know it felt like filler for some. I disagree. But I understand if you don't agree. 2, too much fan service. Which, you're just a giant party pooper. I'm kidding. 100% a joke. If it's not for you, I get it. And if it was too much for you, completely valid. 3, Golbez sucks. Which, actually agreed. 100% agreed. And 4, we got no massive patch 0.3 climax. Let's talk about that last one. We, as a player base, are used to getting a what the fuck, oh my god, 0.3 patch climax to end climaxes. I mean, look at 5.3. The Crystal Exarch dies. And we say goodbye to everybody, including Seto. Seto was 5.3. Yeah. In 4.3, we got Yetsuyu's story, her demise, and what a story that is. That's what we're used to for a 0.3 patch. And I am guilty. Watch this video of me walking into the 6.4. We know the shit's about to get real somewhere. And we know we just got a patch of exposition, which would typically be our what the fuck climax. So I have huge expectations for climactic. Okay? So I think we're gonna get something big. I think we're gonna see the first hint of what gets us 7.0. But I honestly think that they may save it for 0.5. We'll see. I sat there. I was ready. I had my Kleenexes by my desk. They were going to fuck with my emotions hard because there was nothing in 0.3. They were ready. And I think that falls on us. That's our fault. They told us specifically Endwalker wouldn't be the same. They told us specifically that the story beats are not going to be the same, that we were going to be running into a new adventure. There's a lot more to explain, and we will not know when the shoe drops. To me, and like most other people, I assume that we thought that meant, oh, nothing happened in 0.3, perfect, 0.4. Again, whose fault is that? Final Fantasy XIV is known to be a slow burn type game. They set a world up, they set a setting, and then when things start declenching, it all makes sense. You saw it coming. You can go back and watch the foreshadowing. It's there. We gotta remember that. They are setting up a whole new world and adventure. Something we had never even thought of possible. We gotta just trust them on this ride. So, was 0.4 the best patch ever? No. It was okay. Was it my favorite patch of Endwalker? Also no. I liked 0.1 actually. The exploration, meeting Zero, seeing the 13th, seeing the void for what it is. That castle was so fun. Understanding what was going on, the threats, seeing them seep into our world. Excellent. 0.4 comes in second to me because again, some pretty good storytelling, some pretty good fan service, great growth, and that on the edge of what could happen next. So, was there room for improvement? Yeah. But I can't wait to see where Y'shtola brings us. And I want to know what you guys think. What did you think of 0.4? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, like, subscribe, go watch a few. Actually, you can watch my live adventures that I had in 6.4. Watching me get into it. It's all on my channel in the live stream folder / playlist. Listen, you know how this shit works. But in the meantime, have yourselves a legendary day. Thanks so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. I only watch the Estinien video once, twice, 3, no, 4, 6, 8. Listen, only weird people count, okay? That's weird. Don't be weird.
Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face?